Huxama from Projection Hub, and I'm just going to walk you through our dental office financial projection template so you can get an idea of what you'd be looking at if you decide to purchase this. The first thing you need to know about all of our templates is that any cell that's highlighted in light blue is an assumption that you can change throughout the template without breaking anything in the equations or the template structure. The second thing is if you purchase this template, you're going to end up with a fully unlocked Excel file with all the equations in there. And so if you're comfortable with Excel, you can customize this as much as you want. Although I don't think you'll need to do too much customization because we have a pretty solid template in place here for a dental office. So what I want to do now is just kind of walk you through that and give you an idea of what you'd be looking at. So in the first Input Assumptions tab, you can just enter in various different assumptions, starting cash balance, start date of your projection. You can add investors, accounts receivable terms, inventory assumptions. Then you can add fixed assets. So this would be like leasehold improvements, furniture and fixtures, and various equipment that you might have. If you are leasing your equipment, you would not be entering that here in your fixed asset section. So this would be just equipment that you're purchasing. And for a lot of you, you might be looking to get a loan or secure investment. If you're looking for a loan, you're able to enter in multiple different loans. We've got slots for 4 different loans that you'd be able to enter in here, along with terms and amounts and the payment terms on those. Then if we move to the Input Revenue tab, we have this idea of patient acquisition. So, you're going to pay something in advertising dollars to acquire patients. And we have this idea here of a $200 cost to acquire a new patient. You'll notice in this template that we have a number of sources cited in the comments in different cells where we found links to different data sources. So that's where we came up with that $200 cost to acquire a new patient is kind of an industry standard. So then you'll have new patients. You also have patients that come from word of mouth. And all of that will kind of add up to total number of active patients in your practice. From there, we're going to look at your different services. So you'll be able to enter in various different services that you have, categorize those services, put in your average fee, and then what percentage of your patient base will need each service in a given year. So for an example, you'll notice like on cleaning and exam here, we have 150%. So the idea there is if you're a good patient and you come back every 6 months as the dentist wants you to, you'd actually you'd use that service 200% a year, 2 times a year. So here we're assuming that the average patient in your patient base comes 1.5 times per year for a cleaning and exam. We have the ability for you to enter in a percentage of reimbursement. So you might have your kind of your fee that you your list price fee and what you bill to insurance, and then what percentage of that do you actually recover. You can do here. That'll give you total revenue. Cost of goods sold. So you can enter in direct labor costs and material costs for those different categories of services. You'll be able to enter in all of those expenses here. Then if we move just to our various operating expenses, this is a very flexible page. You can, for all of these operating expenses, you can either select a fixed expense, or a percentage of revenue. So a lot of your expenses, rent, for example, is probably going to be a fixed monthly rate. But things like credit card processing fees here. So that is actually probably going to be a percentage of revenue, right? So we come in here and select total revenue, and we've got 0.02, which is 2%. So this is entered in as a percentage. 2% of total revenue will be your credit card processing fees. So you can play around with all those operating expenses. Then you'll be able to enter in salaries for different positions. You can enter in start dates, so you may not want to start with all of those employees on month one, and you can phase those people in as you grow. Once you do all those input tabs, then you're going to have various tables and charts that you can throw into a business plan or pitch deck. Just kind of scroll through some of these different tables and charts here. So this is kind of looking at things at a high level. And then if you want to look at a more detailed level, you can look at annualized income statement projections, cash flow. We've got balance sheet by year. And then we have income statement, cash flow, and balance sheet by month as well. So if you really need to look monthly, a lot of times the SBA wants to see monthly for the first 18 months. You'll have that here as well. And so that's really the basis of the template. So if you have any questions as you're thinking about this, don't hesitate to reach out at support@projectionhub.com. Thanks.